This is breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.
Definitely wouldn't be our first one having to deal with it, but this allows us to kind of chill and kind of focus in on just kind of getting right the first few days and keeping a little bit more weight on versus just coming out here shedding a little too much and getting dehydrated and all those type of things.
What about just getting away as a team? Do you feel like there's a benefit to that?
For sure, for sure. It's obviously a lot less distractions. A lot more quality time. We get together. Guys they're not like we dispersing throughout the day. We back home, but just having that camaraderie, more dinners together, and all those type of things. Just a little bit more time to learn one another. And I feel like the best teams are real connected. Off the field as well. So just having a few extra reps to do that out here is definitely beneficial.
And then why is AP the right coach for this team?
AP is the right coach for any team. When you have a player's coach, the way that he is, and he's understanding, he's very realistic, but also upholds and maintains a standard of ball that he believes in and that we all believe in. And it's just real easy to follow a guy that understands the big picture and has the same common mindset as what we have as players. So it's like I said, it's easy to get behind that. So we kind of, like I said last year, up until probably like the halfway point of the year, right before he became the guy. That's when we fully bought in, even before he was fully the coach. And now it's his now to run off with. So let's keep it going.
As a seasoned veteran, are you still as excited for the start of camp as you were when you were a rookie?
100%. Training camp is when it feels like a quick off season, but then it also, you get out here, start throwing it around a little bit. It feels like it's been forever since we had, live reps and able to really go at each other and really compete. So, I love the competition part of it, and, we start getting able to, go one-on-ones and get back into our groove, getting back into the toolbox because, obviously we got to work back into the shape, not the literal, wind shape, but the routes and, the footwork and everything, just kind of re-getting our structure back together it's a fun process, so I really enjoy it.
With that being said, it's your third season with the team. You take your past two seasons and compare it to today. What's been some of the differences of going into training camp this year and how today's felt compared to those last two?
Well, for me, it's a lot different because it kind of feels a little bit more like the Green Bay years because I'm back in that offense with Luke now. So, with Josh, we came in here and we kind of had to. Even that first year, obviously, new offense and having to learn it, and then you come back in and it had only been a year in it, so you almost got to refresh a little bit more than what you would. So I've retained basically, I say like 85% of this offense, from when I played back in 21 in the same offense. So just having that familiarity just helps and relaxes you a little bit. I'm not stressing as much, having to look at my notebook right before we run out on the field. I can kind of just focus on getting my body right, mind right, coming out and get ready to go have a good practice.
How helpful has that been to some of the other players that you have that experience of maybe that they can come to you and you can help advise them on some of the plays?
I like to think it's been really, really helpful for them. There's something to having a guy that's familiar with something, and I feel like this offense makes a lot of sense, so it's pretty easy to learn. So when I come in and learning a new offense from the beginning is always going to be tough. New formations, it's a bunch of formations, a whole lot of plays. So when you have a guy come in, and I was kind of in and out of OTAs, and just to hear how comfortable I was with it, I think that it kind of calmed some of the guys down that were scrambling, their minds all over the place, learning, where am I in my X, F, Z, the motions and all of that. And then when I come in, kind of calm, like, oh yeah, this is easy. It kind of relaxes them a little bit, and I can feel that. So it's a good feeling to know that they, my familiarity with it can kind of rub off on them in a little bit.
Davante, those of us who have covered you understand that when you're feeling a certain way, you're going to express that.
Mm-hmm.
No apologies with that. The Netflix series came out, and there were some parts of that were represented how you felt at a certain period of time last year. Is it different now? I'm sure you feel differently than you did at that point. And what's the guarantee that it's not going to get to that point again?
Well, I don't live my life in with the mindset of things are may get bad. I like to think it's a fresh slate, and I got a whole new mentality, whole new. I didn't come into last year with in a bad place. It was just kind of the things. It was the way that the cookie crumbled, and you saw raw emotion, and that was just genuine genuine look at what we were going through. And you know, it wasn't always the brightest point, but there was a lot of, you know, good moments too. And you know, obviously it's a television show at the end of the day, so you know, there's going to be certain narratives and things like that. Not that it was not accurate, because it was very accurate in the way that I felt, the way that the team felt, and the you know, kind of the place we were in as a unit. But you know, I'm in a really good place right now. Really happy to be out here with the guys. Happy to watch you know, Aidan and Gardner go at it and just have a, you know, really just put their best tape together. They're not even battling each other. It's you know, Aidan versus Aidan, Gardner versus Gardner, you know, me versus me, Kobe versus Kobe, and that's just kind of how it is on this team. We're not battling with one another, other than across the ball. Obviously, we're gonna have our battles, but within each position group, it's just, you know, going out there trying to put together the best tape, and you know, coaches evaluate who is, you know, looking the best and at what point, and then we go from there. But I'm in a really good place right now, and really excited. I think today was a good day to start off on, so happy about the opportunity we have in front of us.
Are you glad you did it? The document, are you glad you did the series?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I mean, any decision I make, like I told y'all before, I'm a stick by, and I don't live my life, you know, in hindsight. Hindsight's 20/20. We already know that. So at the end of the day, I couldn't determine if I was going to have 1,500 yards or 500 yards on the season. And you know, you sign up for it. It was a good deal. It was really uninvasive. So you know, I'm not the type of guy. It's enough cameras in front of me now, and you know, I get enough attention walking around you know, Vegas. So it's not really my style to have a camera crew follow me like that. So you know, the way that they did the show, it looks like it was that type of deal, when really it was just so low key, and you know, those guys did a really good job. So it was a good experience.
You mentioned before, how's the rest of the family dealing with superstardom now? The kids, the wife.
Oh, you think the superstardom came from the show? I'm glad.
I mean,
Thank you.
Not for you. Not for them. Not for you.
Oh, for them. Okay, got you. Well, I'll tell you, Deja is extremely thrilled every time she sees. I'm scrolling on Netflix trying to find Coco Melon or something, or she really likes Thelma the Unicorn right now. I don't know if y'all got kids, but you should. Thelma the Unicorn's a pretty good movie on Netflix. Shout out to Netflix. But yeah, they love it. They just seeing my face, and then you know, they start running the credits, and she says, "Daddy, I want to watch me." So I love that she loves it. She sees the love that, you know, I get on the sideline, and it kind of makes her a little bit more excited about being at games and practices and stuff like that. So, you know, I love it.
You have done a great job of having a balance between being a superstar football player and dad. How exciting is it now to be a boy dad?
Well, we don't have them just yet, but I'm waiting on that call now. At any point at this point, but it's a great feeling though, man. I'm thrilled to. I had to take my girl dad driver head cover off now, and I had to put my logo back on there, because now I'm just a dad. I'm not just a girl dad. So it'll be an adjustment, but I'm happy that I have my girls first now. I wanted to have my boy first, but I'm happy I have my girls first, because I feel like it softened me up, and I'll be a little lighter on my boy than maybe what I would have been initially. My friends don't believe that. They think it's still going to be the same. But, yeah, I'm excited about it for sure.
So you ready to take off then at a moment's notice? You got to go back?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I mean, hey, man.
Is it any day now?
Yeah, I'm not giving the due date, but it's coming. I mean, we close enough now to where it can be any day, so we'll do what we got to do. You know, if it does happen while we're out there.
When it comes to the quarterback competition you were talking about earlier, Antonio said that he's really got no timeline. It'll happen when it happens. It'll present itself. Mm-hmm. As you're out there, what are the benefits and kind of the drawbacks of not knowing really who the starter is going to be? And that was the first day of camp, but
yeah, I mean, I suppose there's pros and cons, but at the end of the day, we get enough reps with both guys, and you know, we're all communicating. When I'm talking to a quarterback in the meeting room, it's not my guy. You know, I'm not just speaking to Aidan, or I'm not just speaking to Gardner. I'm speaking to, you know, whoever it's going to be. You know, and we have really open conversations, and we all get reps with all the quarterbacks. So, you know, obviously Aidan's running with the ones right now, but you know, guys will get enough opportunities to where they'll get you know, a solid evaluation, and you know, I'm definitely watching at all times, seeing everything, and learning how the ball comes out with Gardner versus Aidan, and you know, all those, you know, all the quarterbacks in every position. I got my antennas up just for everything. So not exactly sure what the cons are. Obviously not having as many reps maybe with Gardner, but just the conversations that we have, and that's kind of how Aaron and I used to work. It wasn't just about the reps that we had in practice, but it was about the communication, the film that we watched together, and just going over timing and different things like that are equally as important as getting those on the field reps.
Two more guys. What position group do you want to see on Netflix then? What would you?
Corners. They asked me, and I told them that I think that corners, DBs, but mainly corners. You'll get some more. It'll probably be a little bit more eventful on the field than what you, because then you get some of the receivers action and all of that stuff too. But I think corners with a mic are more dangerous than a receiver with a mic on. Yeah, I think that they will take the opportunity to relish that moment a little bit more than maybe what I would when I'm on the field.
Not that you don't care about your individual numbers, but you've said a few times you were more worried about team success at this point in your career. Is there a certain benchmark you have going into the season for what would keep you happy in that aspect?
As far as like
team success.
how many, it's hard to put a number on. It's not about a certain amount of wins. It's more about how we look as a team and how we start. Really, I want to come out starting fast and just really maximizing our potential, man. I mean, it's not really about. I'm not expecting to go out there and win 17 or 18, how many games we have. But at the end of the day, it's about how we look as a team, and if we can come out and match the energy that our defense had in the year, and if they come out flying the way that they do and set the tone, and that's just gonna make it so much easier. I talk about that every year, coming out starting fast. That way we don't have to dig ourselves out of a hole at the end of the year, and be superheroes and run the table and do all these crazy things that you've heard over the years. But if we could just lock in and find a way to start fast and come out here, challenge each other. We're not doing any joint practices this year, so it'll just be good versus good the whole time, and find a way to just push each other. That way we can come out and come out flying that first quarter of the season, and then make it a little easier.
Thank you, Jack.
Cool. You were tired of me talking or what?
I love being born on Friday. I got three of them. Yeah, I'm done. I'm about to get.
What's up? How we doing? Good to see y'all.
Max is one of the team leaders. Having the team come out here to California, what's the benefits of being out here as a group and you as a team leader getting this thing together and bonded and everything?
Yeah, it's just about being around each other. We have nothing else to do. AP said it very loud and clear. Like, if you don't want to be here, if you got something else more important when you're out here, you just go to Telesco and ask for your release. We're here to get better, get closer, and just focus on improving every day.
For you, are you just as excited for this camp as you were your first?
Oh yeah, every year is different, but my excitement never changes. For me, like I said, a lot of people say they like it, they love it, but I live it. I live it every single day. It's not like, oh, it's time now because it's camp. It's like, no, we do this all year round. It's always time. It's just another part of the process, and I'm ready to keep getting better and improve and be a better, the best version of myself so far.
Max, with that in mind, can you pinpoint one or two things that you're working on to get better at?
It's everything across the board. There's always room for improvement, from the run game to pass game, to the mental side of it, to the physical side. There's always room for improvement, from hand placement to pass rush to speed to power, things like that. So for me, my whole motto for this offseason was refine and elevate. So refining everything I do across the board, from workouts, meal prep, pass rush, run game, and find another way to elevate. And that's what I've been doing since January 22nd. So we started earlier training this year. We took less time off. Meal prep was even more dialed in. There's just every day it's finding that 1% of the 1%. And that's what it is for me. I want to be, like I said a million times, I want to be the best in the world at what I do and win football games. And that's all that matters.
Is that one of the reasons you did that camp with the rest of the players?
It's a part of it. I've been doing that for years now. But I took a bigger role in it. Vaughn came to me, wanted me to be a big part in moving forward and, carrying the thing on. So for me, it's what I do. I live it. I could talk football all day. So having the guys, coming out of the combine talking about, I'm one of the guys that they watch. Hearing about other guys around the league saying they want to play like me. That's what it's all about. That's what greatness, that's what the legacy is about, is having, inspiring others around you. So every time I get a chance to be around the other guys and share some wisdom and knowledge, I'm gonna do it every time.
On the flip side, how has that worked out with Thayer Munford? Because he said he's been learning a lot from going
Yeah, for sure. I told him I'm coming for him every day. He knows what it is. Jermaine had to, do it every day too, and every guy before that. So he knows what I'm doing. He knows what type of energy and time I'm on. So he's got no choice. He's going to get better regardless, no matter what. If he wins a rep, I told him every single time, I'm going to say good shit, but I'm coming right back, and I'm going to try to embarrass him the next play. So that's the only way you get better is by really competing. It's not, playing buddy and things like that. When we're on the field, we're out there to compete and get better. So they know what they're going to get from me, and Thayer, he already knows what's coming for him every day, and I'm looking forward to that, that matchup and everybody else as well.
Are the high expectations of this line more of a challenge than anything?
I mean, that's just noise. You know what I mean? Sometimes we're Super Bowl contenders in the preseason. Sometimes we're expected to go 6-11, but it's really all irrelevant. At the end of the day, it's just noise, and we really could care less. At the end of the day, we got to go out there and win, and that's all that matters.
Max, you said a few times your big goal is to become the best in the world. For you, is that something, there's a certain thing you have to accomplish for you to feel like you are that, or is it more of an internal?
For me, it's everything across the board. For me, I feel like every single year I've gotten better. I've taken another big step forward, and for me, that's the only thing that's on my mind is getting better. So it's not anything specific. For me, I feel like that's always going to be my mentality regardless until I'm done. So even when I win Defensive Player of the Year and when I win MVP or whatever, when we win Super Bowls, I feel like there's, I know my mindset is always, okay, what's next? What's more I can do? So that's how I hold myself to that standard. I speak loudly and proudly about it because I know the work I put in. It's just, like I said, I live this shit every day. I put everything I have into it and pour into it and sacrifice on a daily basis. So really all that matters to me is being the best version of myself. And that's why I always say potential is limitless. For me, I know I've made it this far. I was a 1-star recruit or 2-star recruit, 1 offer, and I've made it this far. So people can say whatever they want. At the end of the day, nobody expected me to be here. The only person that believed me at that time was myself. So I know I'm not the best version of myself, and that's what keeps me going.
Tay said that he would like the next Netflix to be corners, but how much would you like to be defensive ends?
Yeah, I find it entertaining. For me, at the end of the day, I love sports, and that's literally all I do. That's all I do, all I watch. So yeah, I feel like corners would definitely be entertaining, DNs as well. But yeah, every year it's always entertaining seeing the behind the scenes stuff.
I have 2 questions. You have a lot of guys on this team that are in the position of trying to make the team and fight for it on that defensive line. What's your biggest advice that you've been giving to them? And also, have you continued up your training camp ritual of watching Last Dance before you came in?
Oh yeah, honestly, this year it's funny. I started even earlier. I watched it like a month ago. So right now I'm watching Peaky Blinders. I'm really on my mob, mafia type energy right now. So I'm reading the Boss of Bosses book about Paul Castellano right now, and I'm reading Winning by Tim Grover. I didn't bring my Xbox out, so we're not doing any of that. No NCAA, so just locked in and keeping my mind sharp. So yeah, we already watched Last Dance, but I'm talking to my guy Tim every day, so we're locked in.
Max, when you said you guys could do some live tackling,
yeah.
How much do defenders appreciate that?
I mean, it's football at the end of the day. I mean, it's really whatever AP wants us to do and thinks it's going to help us win. That's really all that matters. So yeah, people have their opinions and whatever, but it's football. That's what we do. That's what we train for, we sign up for, and we look forward to doing. So yeah, if we got to tackle, if we're going to stay up, or whatever it is, you look forward to those opportunities every time.
Outside of the locker room, there isn't a lot of talk about Janarius Robinson, but there is inside of it. Talk about him. What is it about him that got your attention?
I mean, if you just look at him, I mean, you could tell the dude is a 5-star recruit. He's got all the intangibles. He's got long arms. He's athletic, get off, everything. For him, it's just about consistency. He's got to do it every day. Every day you show up, you got to get better. You can't ride the emotional roller coaster. You can't be inconsistent off the field and expect to be consistent on it. It's got to be consistency across the board. So that's how I tell him every time. You can't be solid and locked in for a week and then you got a bad attitude the next week, and that's the main thing. And I tell every single young guy and every guy coming up, Tyree, Malcolm, all those guys, like it doesn't stop. You know what I mean? Your energy can't be inconsistent. You can't be a tail, it can't be up sometimes, down sometimes. You can't operate like that. In this league, there's going to be ups and downs and things like that, but your attitude and everything's got to be consistent across the board, and that's what allows you to go out there and be free and play at your best. So yeah, there's always going to be adversity, but you can't fall too deep into that pit of like feeling bad for yourself or let one play affect the next. It's just got to be, all right, boom, next play, get back in the line and be the best version of yourself. So that's, my advice to him. I tell him every single day, you just got to be consistent across the board.
You mentioned before riding Tyree and making sure you stay on him. What do you think of his offseason? What do you think first day of camp, obviously? That never stops. I'm Tyree. I mean, he's got no choice being in our room. We got guys like myself, Christian, Malcolm, Adam Butler, John Jenkins, dudes that have done it at a high level for a long time. So Tyree's continuing to improve. His attitude is great. He's in better shape. He's been putting in the work. So now it's time to put it on display. We got a lot of work to do, but like I said, it's just going one day at a time, being consistent every single day.
Maxx, even going back to OTAs, it seemed like day one, you and Christian Wilkins just kind of hit it off, and he's even trying to match your energy at times in practice. Why is that? Why were you guys able to hit it off right away?
Well, Christian's chasing, greatness. He wants to be a great player. That's what it's all about. So, like I said, in our room, you got no choice. Like if you're the guy that wants to take plays off and be inconsistent some of the time, it's going to be glaringly obvious because everyone's flying around, everyone's flying to the ball. So, my coach at Eastern Michigan, Coach Creighton, he said it way back when I was in college and it stuck with me. He said, if your best players are your hardest workers, you have a good chance to win. So, I feel like that bleeds through the whole team. So, there's no other option. Christian's been awesome. Great energy. It works his ass off. So that's the type of people I want to be around.
What was it like for you to go back to Eastern Michigan and have that field dedicated to you with Rachel and all the groundbreaking that you guys did for it?
Yeah, it was incredible. Getting to go back to Ypsilanti, got to take my agent around the campus, showed him all the the old spots and everything like that, and just kind of reminisce and just see how far we've come in such a short time. I remember getting to Eastern Michigan. I mean, I was, like I said, 212 pounds, had one offer, and really we're 1-11 my first year. Like nobody thought we would turn it around, and we ended up. I think we've gone to 8-9 bowl games since then. So being a part of something like that, and then coming back and having them, name a field after me is honestly it's one of the most humbling things I've ever been a part of. Like I said, Rachel, the Crosby Field thing, like. It's about us, you know what I mean? Without her, I wouldn't be here. She's been just as important as anybody in my circle. She's helped me across the board. She helped me. She was the first one to get me on meal prep when I was in college. So, we're a team, me, her, and Ella, and the dog. So it was incredible.
Zamir White's got some big shoes to fill. What did you see from Zamir last season, especially this offseason?
Yeah, Zamir, he's a quiet kid, but he works hard. You seen what he did last year when he came in. He didn't blink. Came in and make some big plays. We're in Arrowhead, and he's breaking, long touchdowns, and he's just consistent. The dude's massive. Like, he's 225, 230 pounds, big physical back, played in the SEC. He could do it at a high level. So it really just comes down to opportunity, and a guy like him, he's been consistent. He's been here, he's been working hard, and, I expect big things from him. He's a hell of a player.
Max, you look pretty comfortable as a cop with DeAndre as your partner.
Yeah.
What was that experience like, and what can we expect from that?
Yeah, we, it was a different experience. I've never done anything like that, but it was a cool opportunity. DeAndre, he's a big Raider fan, and he reached out and just wanted to lock in and do something cool. So, you never, like I said, limitless. We can do whatever. I'm always trying new things. Always want to be the best version of myself, put myself in uncomfortable situations. So we definitely have fun with it. So, yeah, it'll be coming out Thursday, so it'll be cool.
Max, you obviously pushed for AP to get the job. What told you that he was the right guy for the job?
For me, it's just about the culture. You see people excited for Raider football, and that's really what it's all about. We're about writing our own history. For years and years and years, the last 25 years, it's been – everyone talks about what the Raiders did in the 80s and 90s. And with all due respect, we all respect those guys and everything's cool. But like Howie said it himself, he's like, it's time for y'all to do it yourself. So I take it real personal, take a lot of pride in it, and the time is now. I'm sick of waiting. The window is, not forever. And I know the way I play, and I'm not going to play 20 years. You know what I mean? So I want to win here. I want to win now, and that's my goal every single day is push everybody around me. Pull the ones that need to be pulled and push the ones that need to be pushed, and just get the best out of everybody and set the standard on a daily basis.
Let's do one more. Denny. Setting up for more cigars?
What's up?
Setting up the season for more cigars?
Oh, of course. You know, we got some big things on the way. We big shout out to Acid Cigars. They, you know, we're doing something special. So look out for that.
I'm trying to give away the ending, but do you know how it ends for Castellano?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
He got whacked.
By John Gunn.
You've been watching breaking news from the Las Vegas Review-Journal, sponsored by Michael Gaughan's South Point Hotel, Casino, and Spa.